Okay, so I'm taking a look at the newly released X3 from Chery, and I'm going to do a quick walk around. So if we look up there, we can see some cameras on the windshield, and it's a Jeep style vehicle. So it has this aggressively vertical windshield. And if we come down here, you can see the two wipers, and the bonnet is almost relatively flat, and it just has some curves on the edges, but basically a Jeep style. We come down here and you have this plastic here with grooves, striped sort of design, and then you have Chery's new logo, which kind of looks like spread out leaves. And then we come down here, we have a camera here for all your safety and your radar sensor functionality. And you have your front bonnet here. And when you go down here, you can see a radiator in there and a grill that doesn't close or open, always open, that allows for cooling. And then you get some sensors going on in the back there as well. So if I just go on to the left hand side, we see the lighting. So you have daytime running lights here in this sort of diamond shaped all sort of design. So you have a triangle, you have like a rhombus, you have, and that serves as a daytime running light. And you get your turn signal integrated in there as well, and then your headlamps in there. So looking really nice, the design of these headlamps. It's coming with 225/60 rim 18 tires with this very nice rim here with your brake calipers in there. Nothing really special, but the brake rotor looks very thick, and in there you've got your conventional spring and shock absorber, and you also have carpet material here for sound deadening, so that's really good. And if we come onto the mirror, it has a full-size mirror just like a Jeep. It has a camera here, and then you got your mirror, which is kind of like the Jeep style. So if I just step back a little bit, we can see the full profile of the car. The height of this car is 1.7 meters. Now the doors have these pop out handles. I would have preferred this to have regular handles because it's an off-road vehicle, easy to get in and out. But because it's an EV, this is the configuration you have to help with range and all that. And let's just move on to the back of the car. So if you look down here, it's got plastics all over on the bottom for those off-road scenarios, easy to wash, and it's not paint, so you don't have to worry about scratching or things like that. And then you come onto the rear part of the car. It's basically a Jeep style, and the rear tires are 225/60 rim 18, just like the front. And then in there you got your suspension going on. So as you can see, it's a car from the Chery. They call it Chery here, but in English it will be Chery brand. So if we go back here, you have the same sort of system of the lighting going on here. So you have all your lighting integrated here, and you got a daytime one there, which also doubles as your turn signal. We'll just go around the car before we come back to the interior. As you can see, your X3 branding here, and you got your Chery here as well. We'll come back and look at this extra boot space here in the back. But if we look at the top, you got your split brake lights, you got your rear wiper, and you got your windshield. Step back a little bit so we can appreciate it. And down here you have your parking sensors, you got your camera here, number placement area, and you got some light in there as well, serving as reflectors and fog lights and that kind of thing. And if we go on to the right hand side, we have charging. So at the moment it's on slow charge, so you have the regular 7-8 hour charge, and then here you have your fast charging. And charging from 30% to 80% will only take you about 25 minutes. So that's relatively fast. It's not the fastest among Chinese cars, but it's relatively fast. And then we go on to the right side, which is going to be basically the same as on the left hand side. So a little bit more about the charging. So this car will do 520 kilometers on a full charge. So that's the CLTC range. Of course, real life would be different, maybe a little less. Now let's look at this rear pocket. So you press it like that and it opens up to the space, which is, I would say, adequate for carrying things that you don't want to be in the main cabin, assuming you get fish or something like that, or you go for some sporting activity and you get wet clothes and shoes, this is very handy. So you don't have the smell coming in the cabin. It can carry up to about 10 kilograms maximum. So that's really nice. And to lock it up, all you do is push it. Now let's go and see what's in the boot. So to open the boot, you just press that to open, and it feels not too heavy. So for people who are not that strong, it should be good enough to operate and open. Now if you open, it has this wide boot space, and when I get in here, is actually come out very basic. So you have plastics here, you have a little storage, extra storage there, you have a 12-volt socket here, you have your light in here, and as you can see, if the seats are laying down, you won't fit in here. It's not the kind of space that you can collapse the seats and sleep in at night. Well, you can manage, but a lot of people are going to have their legs hanging out, so it's not really for that. But if you want to carry stuff and you don't have many passengers, it's going to be useful. And on the side here, you have some extra space here. And if we lift the false floor, this is what we see. So it's not one of those deep extra storage areas, but there's, I would say, enough space here to put bits and pieces when you need the extra space. So yeah, this is the opening of the boot. You have extra space here to, with some netting, to put some few things here, and you also can hang things up to 3 kilograms here. So there's two of them here, one here and one on the other side. So that's the boot opening, and to close it, very very easy. You just push it and then it locks, and it sounds really nice when you close it with a nice thumb. So it screams of quality. It feels good when you're closing these doors. Now let's go on to the rear space. So when I open the door, this is what you see. It opens to about, I would say, about 65 degrees, I would say. And this is the configuration of the door. You get a push button here. I would think that for an off-road oriented vehicle like this, there would be like a real lever, but being electric, they like to put all these buttons, which I'm not a fan on, but hey, it's there for opening the door. And then you also have your button for raising, and it's, the motor inside is very strong. So you pull it and then it goes up relatively fast. You got a speaker grill here, you got a handle to shut the door. And look, if we look at the entry, it's wide enough, although the door doesn't open really wide, it's wide enough for anyone to be able to get in easily. So let me just push this chair back. So with the seat back, this is the amount of space we have. That driver's seat has been configured to my driving position. As you can see, there isn't that much space left. So I'm 183 centimeters, and when I sit in a moment, you will see my legs will be hitting here. So for someone who is taller than me, it's going to be a struggle in the back. But if you have a shorter driver, it shouldn't be a problem. Now the seat configuration is nice as well. It comes in this nice green. So it's got very nice designs as well. Isofix anchor points, and then in the middle backrest, you push it down and you have the conventional cup holders here, and you get your headrests here. So no panoramic sunroof or anything like that. If I just step in the seat, so as you can see, my knees are almost touching, but also here you have some plastics. They look kind of flimsy though, but yeah, plastics that you can hang something there, and they have a maximum of 33 kilograms. So it's clearly indicated there, and you have some pockets here for carrying stuff. And then sitting in the middle seat, you have your air vents here, two of them that you can control the direction of airflow. And down here you have type A charging ports. I'm surprised they are inputting type A ports because we're in the type C era, so I don't know why. But I would say the middle seat here is not comfortable. You jacked up high, and also the seat is very hard, unlike the ones on the side. So yeah, it works if you are just using this car for fun or off-roading, but for family, I'm not too sure. And then up here you have grab handles, and you have internal lighting, and it's a real button to turn it on and off. That's really nice. And you have a microphone grill here. So yeah, when you're sitting in the back, this is what you see. No panoramic sunroof or anything like that. My head is not too far from the roof. So yeah, this middle seat is not a funny seat, but if you get one of the window seats, then you should be fine. So going in the front seat, when I open the door, all those go way down, and so as you can see there's some grime here, which means that in bad weather you're not going to soil your clothes, so that's a good thing. And the door also, the door in the front also opens to about 60, I would say 60 degrees, but still you got, because it has a wide opening in the door itself, it makes it easier for you to be able to get in the car. And the seat is basically similar to what you have in the rear, the configuration. And then you have your no extra buttons, but you get your regular buttons for forward, back, and recline, forward, back. So that's also quite conventional. We come to the front seat. So in the top we have a sun visor, and it has a mirror with lighting. Very simple. And then up here you have your hazard button. I like the sound of the indicator. And then you have your interior lighting here as well. And then you have a power kill switch here. And then you have this rear view mirror, which is smallish, but the window is very big in the rear, so it's easy to see out of this. And as you can see, it has this Jeep style dash up here, and it comes with this nice soft material, and it has air vent on the left, and the middle air vents are just below the screen, and then the passenger has air vent obviously as well. And then we take a look at the small screen, the assist screen for the driver. So it's not a big screen, but it's very bright and very crisp. Even with having my camera behind the steering wheel on top of the horn, you can see that it's easy and bright enough to see what you want to see at a glance. And then you have your Tesla style button here. It all feels really good when you when you want to turn. The indication feels good. It's very tactile. And then on the right hand side you have a gear selector, like in many cars nowadays. The steering itself is a nice design, and it's very, very soft as well. Even with the car packed, it's very easy to turn it, so it's going to be easy to drive this car. And then you have these rotors here to control various functions on the car, and that's about it. So you have this wheel here, you have this favorites button, and then you have another one here, and it just feels good in the hand as well. It's not too big, it's just like a perfect size. We come to the screen, and so it's a 15.6-inch screen, and it's a 2K screen. So I can see it's not as crisp as many other competitors that I've reviewed, but it works. I mean, if you want a car that is at this price point, then you shouldn't expect anything more than this. But I mean, there are other cars that are in this price point that have done it, that have brighter screen. So as you can see, your charging information going on there. You have information about your car. You have your camera, so you get a 2D, you get 2D, and you get 3D. And I would say the cameras are good as well because they are very, very clear. And if we go here, we have your apps that are populated here. It's not the most responsive, but it's okay. And then you have your phone call functionality, and then you have some extra functions as well, your temperature stuff going on here, and then your music controls here. And when you press that, you go to navigation, and you've got all the other functions. It's going to take the whole day, of course. These days they all have similar functions as well. And down here you can see there is some space here, so the center console doesn't go all the way, so you can clearly see there is a type A charging port here, and there's a type C charging port here, and I believe the A is an input source as well. And then over here you have a wireless charging pad, and you have another area for resting your phone. You get your cup holders, not mobile and of a conventional size, and they've got these rubbers here that will help to keep things from rattling about, bottles and cups and things like that. And it's not one of those that push back, it's just a rubber that comes back out when you press it. So yeah, it's gonna do the job. And if we look at the center storage area, you press that to open, and you have this storage area here. It's not the most exciting. Everything in this car is very basic, but if it's meant for off-road, then yeah, you don't really need all the felt and luxury and that the other competitors are providing. And then down here you have some extra storage area here right below the center console, and you've got these grab handles here as well for when you are off-roading. So basically the car is mostly plasticky, which tells me that it's prepared for off-road situations. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so when I upload new videos, you'll be one of the first to be notified. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.